Hello, my name is Alcyon, and this is my interview video log. So some things that I would like to talk with you all about is my student group, which is Muslim students here at the University of Houston. So first I would like to discuss with you all, my classmates, what I would like for you to know about this particular student group. And the biggest takeaway that I would say is that not all Muslim students look the same. I say this because the two students that I interviewed, both male and female, students, is they didn't outwardly look like they were Muslim. It's something that they had to share with you, something they had to tell you. You wouldn't have guessed it upon first glance. So I think that it's important to us as educators not to assume these kinds of things, not to assume people's either ethnic background or religion or something like that, because it's important when we're helping students to not assume people's identities. The second thing I want to talk about is what did I find interesting about interviewing these students and what surprised me. So some things that surprised me was the emphasis of hijab, or the outward-looking appearance of a Muslim person. So the students would answer my questions like, how did you feel in a classroom? Have you ever felt looked down upon, or did you ever feel that you would incur a challenge because you are Muslim? And a lot of times they said no. UH is very diverse and inclusive, which I'll talk about later, but they constantly referred to someone who would wear a hijab might have a different experience, or someone who would look more outwardly Muslim would have a different experience. I attempted to interview someone who wore a hijab. I attempted to interview someone who previously wore a hijab but then decided to remove her headscarf. But because of the summer and because of conflicting availabilities, I was not able to do so. However, this emphasis of looking Muslim and how that experience might be different was very intriguing to me. So hopefully in future research, if I do get to interview students again in the Muslim subgroup, then I would love to interview a student who does wear a hijab and understand what that experience might be like, either at UH or a different institution. Many students also refer to UH as such a great place. It's so diverse. There's such an emphasis on diversity and inclusion, and it's such a diverse campus that many times they do feel safe, and they hear from their friends who do wear a hijab that they also feel safe and feel included and welcome, which is great. I really wish to applaud University of Houston for creating this really diverse and inclusive environment, because I think it's very important not only to our Muslim students but to other students who might feel either not safe or insecure about their racial or religious identities, that they are feeling safe, at least from the students that I heard, feeling safe at the University of Houston, which is great. The students also stated that they were at a different institution or a primarily white institution, they might not feel the same. However, their being Muslim did not affect the university or major that they chose to go, did not affect the major they chose, or did not affect the university that they chose to attend. However, since they attended U of H, it's been very welcoming and inclusive and diverse, and has had a positive impact on their experience here. I also realized something that surprised me, I guess, in the discussions with them, is that there are a lot of different things other than being Muslim that affects them at this institution, and they would bring it up themselves. I was trying to ask very Muslim-specific questions or religious-oriented questions to the students, but they brought it up to me. One of my students is from Africa. He's an international student, and he is black, and he is Muslim. So all those different things working either for him or against him at this institution was really interesting, because he would say things such as, it is because that I am black that I'm worried first, rather than being Muslim that I'm worried first. People can see that I am black, but people cannot see that I'm Muslim. And so that was a really interesting concept for me. My female student, she does not wear a hijab, so people do not see outwardly that she is Muslim, but they know that she is a woman. And so sometimes she stated that that might affect her in her career or in her classes before being affected because she is Muslim. So that was also really interesting to me. I don't think that I expected the intersectionality of these different identities to, I guess, not as much, which was pretty cool. The last thing that I want to discuss in this video is if my interviews brought up any theories that in this class or other classes have discussed. And so in our other class, in the student development theory class, we in the book it discusses Peake's model of Muslim identity development. So this, just for a little background, this theory was developed in 2005, and it composed of 3 stages. Religion as an ascribed identity, where many students, including the 2 students that I interviewed, grew up in Muslim homes, and so that was just the identity that they had in their early childhood stages. Then religion as a chosen identity, many like teenager years or young adult years, they will go through this and they will choose the identity and choose to continue to be Muslim, which both of my interview candidates did. They said, this is good for me, this works for me, and that's why I choose to be Muslim. And then religion as a declared identity. So one of the students really went in depth with me about their religion and about how they can and cannot practice at U of H, and the other student didn't. So this leads me to infer that one of the students declared their religious identity, goes to Friday prayers and things like that, but the other student did not confirm or deny it with me, so I cannot say that they have not declared their identity. Maybe they just didn't want to share that with me, which is fine. But I can see that how this model can work in Muslim students. It makes a lot of sense for the students that I interviewed here at U of H. So yeah, those are the things that I would like to share with you all through this video. I hope that you were able to learn a little bit more about Muslim students through me and through the students that I interviewed. Thank you so much.